And so, these are challenging times. We're in a more is more environment. As Democrats, as all of you have been doing, we're going to have to continue to do more. More rallies, more demonstrations, more protests, more press conferences, more speeches on the House floor, more speeches on the Senate floor, more town hall meetings in Democratic districts, more town hall meetings in Republican districts, more hearings on the Hill, more hearings off the Hill, site visits in country, site visits out of country, and more extraordinary actions like those being taken by courageous Texas Democrats to block this gerrymandering scheme and this Republican effort to steal the midterm election. More is more. And that's our charge. That's our collective promise to each and every one of you. But let me say, as I prepare to close, that as someone who grew up in a working class neighborhood, union household, both my parents union members throughout their entire careers, I'm proud to be a Democrat. Proud to be a Democrat. We've made some mistakes. There's some things that we've got to improve on. That's the reality of life. Churchill once said that success is not final, failure is not fatal. All that matters at the end of the day is the courage to continue. I put it a different way. Robin knows this. A knockdown is different than a knockout. That's the Hakeem Jeffries remix, y'all. Success, not final. Failure is not fatal. All that matters is the courage to continue. Of course, there's some things that we can do differently. But I'm proud to be a Democrat because we are the party that is actually committed to making life better for everyday Americans. We don't just talk about it, we are about it. We have a track record that demonstrates it. Social Security, rural electrification, the GI Bill, Medicare, Medicaid, Head Start, the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, the Fair Housing Act, the Elementary and Secondary School Act, the Higher Education Act, the Children's Health Insurance Program, the Affordable Care Act, the American Rescue Plan, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, gun safety legislation for the first time in 30 years, the PACT Act to stand up for our veterans, the CHIPS and Science Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, and so much more. Every single one of those things brought to you by your friendly neighborhood Democratic Party. I'm proud to be a Democrat. We have a track record of accomplishment. We don't just talk about it, we are about it. And we should embrace that history as we travel along the journey and continue to do more on behalf of the American people.
Representative Hakeem Jeffries delivered a speech stressing that the current political climate demands heightened engagement and relentless action. He described the present moment as a more is more environment, calling for intensified efforts such as rallies, protests, press conferences, speeches in both the House and Senate, town halls in Democratic and Republican districts, hearings on and off Capitol Hill, as well as site visits across the country and abroad. He praised the bold stance of Texas Democrats in resisting gerrymandering and Republican attempts to influence the midterm elections, urging others to match their commitment. Drawing on his working-class upbringing in a union household, Jeffries expressed deep pride in being a Democrat, while acknowledging that the party has made mistakes and must continue to improve. He invoked Winston Churchill's reminder that success is not final, failure is not fatal, adding his own twist, a knockdown is different than a knockout, to stress the need for perseverance. Jeffries emphasized that the Democratic Party's dedication to improving the lives of everyday Americans is backed by decades of legislative achievements. He cited landmark accomplishments including Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, and more recent measures such as the Affordable Care Act, the American Rescue Plan, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, and the first major gun safety legislation in 30 years. Other recent successes include the PACT Act to support veterans, the CHIPS and Science Act, and the Inflation Reduction Act. He urged Democrats to embrace this legacy of progress, remain steadfast in their mission, and commit to doing even more to advance the well-being of the American people.